Hello everyone, me Gulam Nabi Technology Wala. Today the topic is the role of creativity in problem solving. Welcome to the
Gotcha.
insightful conversation. We are
Gotcha.
exploring the role
Creat
of creativity in problem solving, a topic that is becoming increasingly essential in education, business, and leadership and personal development. Creativity is not just about the artist expression, it is the powerful tool for approaching challenges with fresh perspective, generating innovation, solution, and complex situation in smarter way. Today we are joined by Maya who will help us unpack how creative enhanced decision making fuels innovations and empower individual to think beyond limitation. We will discuss real world example strategies to cultivate create thinking and impact of creativity on future career. Let's dive
Okay,
into
so
the conversation and uncover why creativity is one of the most valuable skill of the modern world. Let's go to Maya. How are you, Maya?
I'm good, thanks. Seems like you've got a lot planned for this conversation, which is cool. You're right to highlight how important creativity is getting. It's not just
Maya,
for
how
creative
would you
types
define
anymore.
creativity in the context of problem solving?
For me, it's about making connections others don't. It's not necessarily about inventing something totally new, but seeing existing things in a new light and being willing to try combinations that might seem weird at first. It's about flexibility and thinking, really.
Okay, very well. Why do you think creativity is becoming more important in modern problem solving?
Because the problems are getting more complex, honestly. Like, algorithms can solve a lot of stuff, but they're only as good as the parameters you give them. When you're dealing with truly novel situations or messy human stuff, you need someone who can think outside the box. You need that aha moment, you know?
Maya, please give me one more example about this.
Sure, take something like climate change. There's a ton of data, ton of science, but finding solutions requires imagining completely different energy systems, different ways of living, things we haven't done before. It's not just a technical problem, it's a creative one. Move, as
Okay.
in, should we move
Okay,
on?
Maya, what are some misconception people have about creativity?
Oh, tons. People think you have to be born with it, that it's all about inspiration, waiting for the muse, or that it has to be artistic, painting, writing, music, but it's a skill you can develop and it applies to everything from coding to cooking to, well, problem solving.
Hey, Maya, how does creativity thinking differ from traditional logical thinking?
Logical thinking is about narrowing down options to find the single right answer. Creative thinking is about expanding options, generating lots of possibilities, even the silly ones, before evaluating them. It's divergent versus convergent, if that makes sense. One's about precision, the other about breadth.
Maya, any example if you have, please share with me.
All right, let's say you're trying to figure out why sales are down. Logical thinking would be looking at the data, identifying trends, maybe a competitor drop prices. Creative thinking would be brainstorming totally different approaches, a new marketing campaign, partnering with someone unexpected, even changing the product itself.
Okay. Can you share an example where creativity thinking lead to successful solution?
Definitely. Remember post-it notes? Spencer Silver at 3M was trying to create a super strong adhesive, but accidentally made a low tack one. It was a failure in his original goal. But Art Fry, another 3M employee, realized it was perfect for bookmarking his hymn book and not damaging the pages. That creative leap, seeing a failed experiment as a solution to a different problem, led to a billion-dollar product.
How can
So,
creativity help in solving everyday challenges?
honestly, I in small ways all the time. Like you're trying to cook dinner with limited ingredients. That's creative problem solving. Or figuring out how to get your kid to cooperate. That's creative problem solving. It's about reframing a situation and finding options you didn't immediately see. It's not always earth shattering, just resourceful.
Uh, Please clarify this answer with more example.
Okay, all right. Say your commute is suddenly blocked by traffic. Logical thinking is checking your GPS for alternative routes. Creative thinking is considering taking the bus, biking if it's feasible, or even working remotely for the day if you can. Or you're trying to explain a complex idea to a friend. Logical thinking is giving them all the facts. A then creative thinking is, using an analogy or a story. It's about finding unorthodox approaches. Does that help?
Any in what ways can creativity enhance decision making?
It helps you avoid getting stuck in the first good idea. When you brainstorm a bunch of options, even the weird ones, you're more likely to stumble upon a truly innovative solution. Plus, it helps you anticipate potential problems and develop contingency plans. It makes you a more adaptable decision maker.
Okay, how does creativity contribute to innovation in workplace or school?
Well, innovation isn't just about big breakthroughs, it's about small improvements too. A creative workplace encourages people to challenge the status quo, experiment with new ideas, and learn from failures. In schools, it fosters critical thinking and problem solving skills, stuff students will need no matter what they do. It creates a culture of continuous improvement, really.
Okay, what habits or practice can improve a person's creativity?
A bunch of things. Consuming diverse information, reading widely, listening to different kinds of music, talking to people with different backgrounds, practicing mindfulness. It can help you quiet the inner critic, brainstorming even by yourself, and just allowing yourself to be bored. Boredom can be a surprisingly good breeding ground for ideas.
Okay, Maya, very well. How can people overcome mental block when trying to think creativity?
Mental blocks. Everyone gets them. First, acknowledge it. Don't beat yourself up. Then try shifting your environment, go for a walk, listen to music, even just move to a different room. Another trick is free writing. Just write whatever comes to mind without editing yourself. Or try a worst possible idea exercise. Sometimes thinking about the worst solutions can unlock good ones.
What role does curiosity plays in creative problem solving?
Massive role. Curiosity is the engine of creativity. It's about asking what if and why not. It's about wanting to understand how things work and being open to new experiences. The more curious you are, the more connections your brain makes, and the more creative you'll be. It fuels the whole process.
Okay, very well. How important is brainstorming for generating creative ideas?
It's super important, but it needs to be done right. The key is to defer judgment. No idea is a bad idea in the initial stages, quantity over quality at first. And make sure everyone gets a chance to contribute, even the quiet people. A good brainstorm can generate a ton of possibilities you'd never think of on your own.
Okay, Maya, how can leaders encourage creativity within a team?
They need to create a safe space for experimentation where people aren't afraid to fail, encourage diverse perspectives, reward risk taking, and actively solicit feedback. And, crucially, they need to model creative behavior themselves. Lead by example, you know? Don't shut down ideas immediately, ask questions instead.
Thank you very much, Maya. Very good conversation with me and you, and your answer is very good and according to the questions. Thank you very much. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Oh, all right, well, have a good one.